All right, so ready to loosen up.
Right.
Today we're going deep on stretching for better flexibility and focusing on legs.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've got some great articles here from Greatest Very Well Fit and Integrative Nutrition,
Okay.
packed with tips on how to loosen up and feel great.
Yeah.
Whether you're battling desk job stiffness, training for a race, or just want to move with more grace, this is for you.
Yeah, this deep dive will be great for that. What's so interesting is that all of these sources, even though they're coming at it from different angles, fitness, nutrition, holistic wellness, they all agree flexibility is crucial.
Yeah.
And it's not just about, touching your toes.
Right.
It's about feeling good in your body, preventing injuries.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Why IS flexibility is so important, especially for our legs?
Well, think of it this way. When your muscles are flexible, it's like having well-oiled hinges on a door.
Oh.
They move smoothly, effortlessly. But when they're tight, it's like those hinges are rusty and creaky. You're more likely to strain something trying to force movement. All three articles really emphasize that, reducing injury risk is a major benefit of flexibility.
Okay, that makes total sense. And it's not just about avoiding injuries, right? Very Well Fit talks about how flexibility impacts our posture.
Totally, yeah. Tight muscles can pull your body out of alignment, leading to, all sorts of aches and pains. Like if your hamstrings are super tight, it can actually tilt your pelvis and put stress on your lower back. Good posture is about balance, and flexibility is key to achieving that.
And hold on. Integrative nutrition even links stretching to stress relief. They mentioned something about cortisol levels.
Right. This is where it gets fascinating. They cite studies showing that stretching, particularly like restorative yoga and things like that, can actually lower cortisol, which is your body's stress hormone. So it's not just physical, it's mental and emotional too.
Yeah, okay.
Stretching can help calm your nervous system.
Wow, I never thought of it like that. So good for the body and the mind. Anything else we should know before we get into specific stretches?
Well, all the sources agree on a few basic tips. Hold stretches for 15 to 30 seconds, repeat a few times, and most importantly, never force anything that hurts.
Right.
Listen to your body. It'll tell you what it needs.
Solid advice. And speaking of listening to our bodies, let's talk about those hamstrings. I think everyone sitting at a desk right now can relate to feeling tight there. Why are hamstrings so prone to becoming tight?
It's all about modern life, really. Think about how much time we spend sitting.
Yeah.
At desks, in cars, on the couch. When we sit, our hamstrings are basically stuck in a shortened position for hours on end.
So they get kind of used to being short and they lose their ability to fully stretch out?
Precisely. And Very Well Fit points out that this can lead to all sorts of problems, from like lower back pain to decreased athletic performance.
Okay, so what can we do about it? What are some good hamstring stretches to try?
Very well. Fit suggests a simple standing hamstring stretch.
Yeah. You basically stand with one leg slightly forward and you bend at the hips, keeping your back straight as you reach towards your toes. The key is to feel that gentle pull along the back of your leg.
So it's not about how far you can reach. It's about feeling that stretch in the right spot.
Exactly. And Greatest recommends a lying hamstring stretch.
Okay.
You lie on your back and gently pull one leg towards your chest, keeping the other leg straight. You can use a towel or a strap if you need help reaching.
I like that one. That one seems really accessible.
Yeah.
Even for people who aren't super flexible.
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't have to be a gymnast to benefit from stretching. Right? Hamstrings are covered. What about those quadriceps?
Yes.
I know those can get tight too, especially for runners or cyclists.
You're right. Very Well Fit talks about how repetitive leg movements, like running or cycling, can lead to tight quads.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Those muscles are working hard to propel you forward, so they can easily get, overworked and shortened.
So how do we show our quads some love? Yeah.
What kind of stretches are we looking at?
Greatest has a great standing quad stretch.
All right.
You stand tall, grab your foot, and gently pull your heel towards your glutes.
Okay.
Again, it's all about feeling that stretch along the front of your thigh, not about forcing your foot all the way up.
And Integrative Nutrition recommends a lying quad stretch, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that one like?
For this one, you lie on your side and bring your heel towards your buttock,
Okay.
using your hand to gently deepen the stretch. It's a nice, relaxing stretch that targets the quads without putting too much strain on your joints.
Okay, that's two more to add to the stretching routine.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the calves.
Okay.
I wouldn't think those would get too tight, but...
Well, you might be surprised. Very well. Fit actually points out that high heels can contribute to tight calves.
Interesting. So even if you're not an athlete, you might need to give your calves some attention. What stretches do our sources recommend for this? Both Greatest and Very Well Fit suggest calf stretches. The standing calf stretch is pretty straightforward.
Okay.
You lean against a wall with one leg back, keeping your heel on the ground and feeling the stretch in your calf.
And what's unique about the towel calf stretch from Very Well Fit?
It uses a towel to increase the stretch.
Oh.
You sit with your legs extended and loop a towel around the ball of your foot, and then gently pull back on the towel. It helps isolate the calf muscles and get a deeper stretch.
Okay, that covers the basics. Hamstrings, quads, and calves. But it sounds like there's even more to explore in terms of leg stretches.
Absolutely. Our sources each include a few more intriguing exercises that go beyond those basic stretches. For example, integrative nutrition highlights the lizard pose, which is great for the hips and inner hamstrings.
And Greatest mentions a lunge with spinal twist, which they say is a good stretch to do even at your desk.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
And integrative nutrition also introduces the 90-90 stretch, which targets the hips, groin, and lower back.
Lots of options.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired to get stretching, but before we go any further, I want to know, what does all this mean for our listeners? Why should they care about stretching?
That's a great question.
Mm.
And it leads us to the bigger picture of flexibility. So it's about understanding that flexibility isn't just a physical attribute.
Yeah.
It's a key ingredient for overall well-being,
Okay.
Think back to those benefits we discussed.
Right.
Reduced risk of injury, better posture, stress relief, improved workout recovery. These all contribute to a higher quality of life, don't they?
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's not just about being able to do the splits.
Right.
It's about how those looser muscles impact our daily lives.
Exactly. Like, let's say you're someone who struggles with lower back pain.
Yeah.
Something a lot of our listeners might relate to.
For sure.
That 90-90 stretch that integrative nutrition mentioned
Yeah.
could be a game changer.
Really?
By opening up your hips and improving flexibility in your lower back,
Yeah.
you might find some much-needed relief.
Or imagine you're feeling stressed out from a long day at work.
Oh, yeah.
Could those simple shoulder rolls from Very Well Fit actually help with that?
Absolutely. Even a few minutes of gentle stretching can help release tension in your shoulders and neck, calming your nervous system, give you a sense of ease. It's like hitting the reset button on your stress levels.
And for those of us who are athletes or just trying to be more active,
Yeah.
those post-workout hamstring and quad stretches could be the difference between feeling sore and stiff the next day
Right.
or feeling ready to go again.
You got it. And that's a perfect example of how flexibility can help us stay consistent with our fitness goals.
Yeah.
You're not so sore after every workout. You're more likely to stick with it.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
What's our call to action for listeners? What do we want them to do after tuning into this deep dive?
I think it's simple.
Okay.
Pick one or two of the leg stretches that resonate with you and try them today.
Yes. And pay attention to how your body feels before and after.
Exactly.
Notice those tight spots and see if you can feel a difference after stretching.
And don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately.
Yeah.
Flexibility takes time and patience. It's like
Yeah.
anything else worth achieving.
Yeah.
It requires consistent effort.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah,
We live in a world of instant gratification.
we do.
But some things, like improved flexibility, take time to develop.
That's true.
But I think you'll be surprised at the difference even a few minutes of stretching can make.
Yeah.
It can change how you move, how you feel,
Yeah.
and even how you think.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. We focused on legs today, but the truth is,
Wait, what's the truth?
all of our muscles can benefit from regular stretching, not just our legs.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
We tend to think about, stretching our legs, maybe our arms, but what about like our back, our chest, our neck?
Exactly. Our bodies are interconnected.
Okay.
Tightness in one area can create imbalances.
Yeah.
And even pain in other areas. It's like a chain reaction. So if I'm feeling tension in my shoulders, it could actually be stemming from tight hips.
It's definitely possible. And
Yeah.
that's why it's important to approach stretching holistically.
Okay.
Don't just focus on the areas that feel obviously tight.
Right.
Explore stretches that target different parts of your body. Even if they don't seem related, you might be surprised at what you discover.
Okay, so final thought for our listeners.
Yeah.
What can they do to continue this exploration of flexibility beyond just their legs?
I'd encourage everyone to do a little body scan right now. Close your eyes for a moment and tune into your body. What parts of you feel tight or restricted?
Maybe you hunch your shoulders at your desk all day.
Right.
Or you feel stiffness in your back after driving. Or maybe your neck feels a little creaky after staring at a screen for too long.
Yeah. Pay attention to those sensations. And then make a commitment to explore stretches that target those specific areas. You can find tons of resources online, from videos to articles to apps, or even consult with a fitness professional to get personalized guidance.
The key is to keep learning, keep experimenting.
Absolutely.
And moving.
Beautifully said. Flexibility is a journey, not a destination. It's about discovering what your body needs and responding with care and attention.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive into flexibility, but keep those muscles loose and those minds open, and we'll catch you next time for another fascinating exploration.